Paired with our load line assist. Load line assist allows us to pick up material and load it onto the machine without having to break our backs and lift the material ourselves. It's got a wireless controller with it. This one's our base model, so it's somewhat manual. So we bring it down.
Sorry.
Turn on the vacuum. There we go. So we can load the material onto our machine. Once we're about where we want to be, release it, back up, and we can park it back at its home location and get ready to pick up the next sheet. So we get the material here lined up right with our pop-up pins. So on this machine here we have, I'll show you guys over here. So over here on the left we've got our drill and tap unit. So it drills and taps into your material. This here is our 10 horsepower spindle. So that will be used to actually cut our material. We've got a cold air gun on here to cool off our tool as well as prevent rewelding and plastics and whatnot. Our action vision system camera, so we call it the ADS camera. This here will pick up registration dots on your material if you've got printed material, so that way it sets the orientation of the file. We've got a Mr. Fluid reservoir there back in the back to send Mr. Fluid. We're going to be using dry cutting tools here anyways, so we won't need that Mr. Fluid. And on the left hand side there we've got our 10 position tool changer, so that holds all your tools in place so that you can then go and change your tools and you don't have to constantly change them manually. And I can change my job. Everything I'm doing here is using control the machine. We're going to do everything step by step so we can show the process one step at a time. You can do everything as one job file low. So we're going to drill first. We're going to use a spindle to drill the holes. This is the printer there. And we don't have to do a tool change to tap. That my zones are correct. So in here, you've got 6 different zones for your vacuum, so you can turn them on and off individually. I'm just going to turn on the other zones that I need. There we go. We've got 4 green zones there. That covers my material. When I hit start, all the way through, a little bit into the wastewater. Tool tap. This will use the actual tapping unit. This looks really cool. After putting down the material, spinning at the same rotation that it's moving downwards. So that way you get the actual thread cut in there. And go one way. 90 inches per minute, just because we're using a thinner bit. Typically, we would recommend a 3/8 bit for that. So I can plug that out. So before we pull this out, I just want to show how the vacuum holds down the piece. So I can just turn on the vacuum here. There we go.
So the tool that we used was a 1/4-inch version of this tool. This is a dry cutting tool that we have. It's designed for cutting aluminum plate, typically 5,000 grade and higher. 3,000 grade it will work with it, but you need to use a little bit of oil. It's so soft it'll still gum it up, right? But what it does, using a tool like this to eliminate that secondary process of having to go in now and clean the material up, especially if you have to do any welding of material, basically dry cut and go right to welding. Where before you have to basically weld, you got to make sure you clean it up really well. The weld doesn't take it.
Yeah, so it worked down here.
Oh, through the ending? Oh, wow.
Basically the pump over there against the wall, that's what's generating the vacuum. And then we have the plumbing going all the way across the ceiling here down to that
So you
pump.
can replace this with your own if you buy it, or?
So what happens is, you'll see over time it'll get chewed up, right?
Yeah.
What I'll say, if you don't try and get rid of all the scars, I'll show you. Look at a pretty big scar here, something happened.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I'm just gonna skim it off to make it nice and flat. I'm not always looking to make it perfectly smooth because my board will get chewed up pretty quickly. I might just dress it, take about 5 thou off, make it relatively low. You just basically buy some more MDF, recut the file on the machine, take the old MDF off, put the new MDF on.
Oh, okay. That's clever.
Regular MDF.
That's what he said, yeah. So you could also cut it, he said, in here.
Yeah.
The measurements to get that
You just get
same.
the file from us and basically you cut the replacement on the machine.
That's
and
really
take it
good.
off. Yeah, and put it back on. Right, and then once you put a new one on, you give it a skim, and then you're good to go again. But typically, I don't want. I'm not trying to get rid of this stuff. That's not a big. That's
not a big deal. Yeah.
I just want to make because what kind of fuzzy and stuff it affects the vacuum. I just want to take a little skim off of it just to dress it, and then I'm going again.
Yeah. That's clever. Yeah, I've never seen that before through the